Bit of an early start this morning. It's about 5:30, so it's just starting to get light, and there's no wind. I think the bar will be pretty good, and I'm going to skip down to Coffs. Coffs Harbour is a harbour. There's no bar there, so I don't have to worry about the tide to get in, and the tide is running in here, so the bar here shouldn't be too bad. But anyway, we'll go get organised, go out and have a look. By the time we get out there, it'll be daylight, so I'll be able to see the bar, and we'll plan it from there. But I've got about 9 or 10 hours down to Coffs Harbour, so should be down there around about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Bit of a long day, but we'll be good. Cup of tea first. There's still a little bit of wind from the south. It's only very light. The forecast is still saying for it to go around to the northwest a bit later on this morning, so I think we'll get out and make a few miles. I think it should be alright out there. We'll just see how we go.
Marine Rescue, this is IY189, IY189, do you have a copy?
Coffs Harbour today. I was just wondering if you could put us on the log, please, over.
Peggy-Anne, this is persons on board and destination arrival time, please, over.
Yeah, destination arrival time will be about 1600 and 1 POB.
Amber, can you give me your boat registration number? Over.
Yeah, Roger. The boat rego number is Foxtrot Bravo 014 Quebec. Over. There's not much swell on this morning, but there's still a little bit of break straight out the front.
we're going to stay close to the southern breakwall and just nip around the end of that to get out. It looks very doable. This is our trip today. We've left from the Clarence River. We're going to head up inside North Solitary Island and then up to Coffs Harbour. Brekkie time. Bit of a confused sea state out here, but it's not too bad. Doing 5.3 at the moment, 5.5 knots, and if the wind gets up from the north as it's supposed to, we'll get a bit of sail out and do a bit better. So all good. So that's North Solitary Island, you can see in the distance. A bit past our halfway mark. Once we get past there, then I'll alter course slightly to head down to Coffs Harbour. Well, at least the weather's broken up a little bit. A bit more pleasant with some sun out. We haven't got much wind though, not enough wind to even think about the sail yet. It's supposed to come in from the northwest later on today, but we'll just see how we're going. We're just passing North Solitary Island, and in a little while I'll just have to alter course, and the next course will take us all the way to Coffs Harbour. So we should be there. We'll all be altering course at around about midday, and we should be at Coffs by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Been a pretty pleasant trip. Now that the wind's gone round a bit, it's sort of got the sea going in the same direction a bit, so it's not too bad out here. It would be more pleasant with the headsail out, but you wouldn't hold it at the moment anyway. Well, time for a bit of lunch, so a cup of tea and toasted sandwich. Beautiful. I suppose I should talk about the lithium a bit. The lithium ion I put on the battery, the whole setup I put on. If you want to look a bit about it, I'll put a link up here to the vids. But it was a big project. It's been on for about a month now and pretty well life-changing. It's fantastic, really. I've only started the generator 2 times since we've had it on, and those 2 times I started were really just to give it a run. I like engines I've got on the boat. I like to run them occasionally, so you don't have problems with them. So I only run that motor just to give it a run. But yeah, the panels put in a fair bit of power. We're up to 100% now. I think we started this morning at about 84, and with the boat running, I'm putting in 20 amps off the port side motor anyway. So that's whacking a fair bit in, but the sun puts in heaps. Usually by lunchtime, the batteries are at 100%. So fantastic setup. It really is working well, and I don't know, it's just a lot nicer not having to start that gen set to cook anything or toast a sandwich or do things like that. So anyway, my mum always told me, don't speak with your mouth full. So anyway, take a look at the link up here, and you can see the job we did on installing the lithium ion. We're about 3 hours out of Coffs Harbour now. We've had a pretty good run down. Not really enough wind to get the sail out, but it's been quite pleasant. So I'll be in at Coffs. It's saying about 1500. So it's nice and early. We'll probably just anchor out in the harbour if the swell's not too bad. There's a couple of courtesy moorings there. I might be able to pick up one of them. But otherwise we'll just anchor off the jetty, and I'm only there for the night, and I'll be off to Trial Bay in the morning. Just enough breeze here to get that sail out. It's not doing much, but giving us probably about 0.4 of a knot. But if the wind gets up, it's gone round to the northwest, which we're supposed to do, and it is supposed to strengthen this afternoon. So hopefully we just get a little bit more out of that breeze, and our boat speed will pick up a bit. We've only got about 2 hours to our destination, so good to get a little bit more speed, but we're pretty nearly there, so it's all good. And it does make the ride a lot smoother. Catamarans, I think the motion, they come off a wave and they flick back really quick.
10 men,
but with the sail out, it really takes that quick flick back out of it. It just holds you on a bit of an angle all the time, and it's a lot more pleasant. It feels nicer on the boat with a bit of sail out. So now we've got it out. We'll just see what happens. And it really isn't doing much at the moment. Up in front in the distance there you can see South Solitary Island. We'll go around the outside of that and then shape a course for Coffs, not very far from that island. If it stays calm like this, the one benefit is it's pretty easy to roll the sail up. If it starts puffing a bit, sometimes a bit hard to stow it on the forestay, so that's one benefit. But we're only about 2 hours out of Coffs now, so not far to go. No whales, haven't seen any whales around at all, Womb, so you haven't missed out on anything, but it's a good day for them, but haven't seen any sign of whales at all. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So this is South Solitary Island. A couple of pretty nice looking lightkeepers houses up there. I'm not sure if you can go up and stay there, but it's a pretty rugged looking island. And we're not very far from Coffs Harbour now. You can see in the distance there the buildings that'll be Coffs Harbour. Unfortunately, the wind's of a direction that I don't think I'm going to be able to carry the sail. We'll be running two straight downwind in a minute. So rather than jibe it, which is a bit of a job in itself, I'll probably just furl it and run down with the wind. Only probably an hour to go now. Been a good trip. Wish we got this wind a bit earlier because we've been doing 6.5, 7 knots for the last hour or so, which has been great. It always helps. always a little bit hard getting the sail back in when the wind gets up like this when Wombi's not on board. Wombi makes it a lot easier. She usually tails the sheet off while I wind it up, and it saves a lot of walking up and down the deck to do it. But anyway, sail's stowed now. I'm not going to bother driving it because we've only got about an hour to go. By the time I get it out and the wind's getting up, it'll be harder again to get it back in. So we've lost about a good knot. So it'll just take a little bit longer to get to Coffs Harbour, but we'll be there at 1600, so not too bad. Coffs Harbour. This is Peggy-Anne. We went on the log with Peggy-Anne this morning. I think they passed our information down to you. Do you have us on the log there, over?
Yes, I do have you on the log, and by the look of it, you're coming into Coffs now, correct?
Yeah, that's all right. I'm about 20 minutes out, so I'll be a little bit late on that DTA, over.
Well, all right. Well, you've got it 1600. I'll put you at 1700. Is that okay?
Yeah, roger that, and I'll give you a call when I get into the harbour. Over.
Right, I have the safe rest of your trip, and I'll see you when you get in.
Yeah, thanks, Coffs. We'll stand by on 16. I've got a fair way off those leads, but I've been trying to film and steer at the same time, so we'll just get back on them before we head in. Directly in front of us you can see the jetty, and to the right of the jetty there's two public moorings. It looks like there's a boat on the both of them at the moment, so I'm just going to go up and anchor on the left side of the jetty. If you're going to do this, don't go in too far. Don't go in under the jetty because there's a lot of kelp in there and it's pretty hard to hold on. So it's not a good place to anchor if you get further in than the jetty itself. Okay, so we're all set up to drop the pick. It could be an uncomfortable night here because the swells do get into the harbour, unfortunately. Not much you can do about it, but we'll just see how we go. We might hang with it and be alright. A bit of swell getting in here. The only other option you've got is to go into the marina, but quite often full, and makes it a little bit harder getting out again. I only want to spend the night here and then head off early in the morning, so it's easier for me to just drop the pick and ride it out here and hopefully get a bit of sleep and get up early in the morning and pop out of the harbour and head down to Southwest Rocks.